Good morning everybody, it's Lorraine. Hope you're all well and happy crafting away. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a flip through of my latest journal that I've made. This, believe it or not, is the fourth attempt at this recording. The first time I made it, the sun was too bright in this room and it was casting too many shadows. So I didn't like the look of that one. So I deleted it and did it again. And I don't know why, but the camera just didn't record any sound. So there's lots of me showing you things, but not explaining what's going on. So I tried again. Not long ago, I've just tried again. I'm in the house on my own today with the animals, but my husband's out. And the phone was ringing, his mobile phone is ringing, and I didn't answer it. So then they rang mine. So there was loads of messenger tunes going on in the background. So I've deleted that version of it and I'm going to try again now. So hopefully we'll get this one done and then I can get it uploaded onto YouTube. Fingers crossed. So here it is. This is my latest Butterfly and Dragonfly vintage style journal. It's in a hardcover. I've used cardboard, actually packing cardboard from good old Amazon. So it's quite a sturdy cover, and I've covered that with fabric cloth. It's upholstery cloth that I've used. It's a strong cotton, polycotton fabric, and it's got roses and leaves and things, so I just thought it blended quite well with the theme of the journal. Plus it offers some protection to the cover. On the front of the cover I've fitted this topper on a cream card base, and I've used one of the images from Artemisi's Dragonfly Dreams kit, and I've resized it so that it fits on the front of here. And I've waxed it just to give it a little bit of protection. I've used a fussy cut butterfly, and again that's waxed to protect it, and a journal tag and some lace trim along the bottom of it. The journal itself measures 15 centimetres, which is about 6 inches, by 21 centimetres, so about 8.5 inches. And the spine is 3.5 centimetres, which is 1.5 inches around about. So it's quite a good sized journal. It's got 2 signatures in the journal that are stitched in using a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and altogether I think there's about 88 pages in there, in both the signatures, counting front and back. So on the back of the journal I've put this cardstock base down, and I've fitted on front of that a pocket from Artemisi's kit, and that's been stitched around the edges, and inside is just a little journal tag. It's fastened using this beautiful pink ribbon. I don't know if you call it a gauze ribbon, or I'm not quite sure, and it just ties in a bow. It's fixed front and back, so it's not a loose ribbon, it stays on the journal itself. So we'll have a quick look through, and I'll talk you through what's in. I'm just checking that I'm in shot and that the camera's working. I won't know if it's recording until I've finished and replay it, but hey ho. So the inside front cover, I've used cardstock that's been stitched around the edges just to give it a base, and on top I've fitted this lace pocket. It's a cotton crocheted lace, and it's absolutely stunning, and I've used that to make this pocket. And also along this edge here is a cotton lace crocheted trim, just to hide the seams, you know, where the where the book cover joins the back of the book. Gosh, I can't think of my words today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just clipped on here using a paper clip a die cut heart that's been stitched around and collaged using various papers, and I've just put on a little flower on the front, just a nice little bit of bling. This handmade sign is a label that you can buy, and they usually get stitched into things, but I've just glued that onto there. In this pocket is some ephemera. This little one never wants to come out, there you go. So there's a note in there about the journal for whoever ends up with the journal, a journal card, again from Artie Mays, one of the large journaling cards from the Dragonfly kit. The kit is really nice. The colours and the design is stunning. This journal card's been stitched around and left blank for journaling purposes, and a little handmade tag in there with my contact details on the back of it. This is some of the digital paper from the Dragonfly kit, and it's been stitched around the edge and backed with some cream paper, and I've stencilled and stamped on that paper just to give it a little bit of decoration. There's another pocket here from Artie Mays' kit that again has been stitched around, and inside is one of the small tags from the kit, again stitched around and left blank for journaling, and it's got a ribbon topper on it. This paper, I hope you can see this paper well enough. I've hand dyed this pink paper using a red food colouring that I've diluted quite well, and just sprayed it onto the paper, and I love the effect. It really is, and the colours just so right with this journal that I've done. And again, I've stencilled and stamped on that just to give it some detail, and I've punched the edge just to give it a little bit more of a decorative effect. Another blank page for journaling that's got a little bit of stenciling and stamping on. This page has a corner tuck spot that has inside one of the journal cards from Artie Mays' kit, and I've done a little bit of a ephemera cluster here using handmade paper and a fussy cut butterfly with some bling on there. And this corner pocket actually flips over, so you've got some more journaling space underneath there. Some more of the digital paper, and on this side there's another pocket from the kit, and it's got inside a journal card. I've made this from one of the papers from the kit, one of the background papers. This page, on the back of this book page, I've made this pocket, and inside is another journal card from the same kit as that. This image here is from Shabby Dabby Doodah's kit, Nostalgia, and it just tied in with what was going on in this journal, so I've used a few of her images throughout as well. This page is from an old book about houseplants, about flowers and things, so I just used it. What I've done, I've just folded up the edge of the page to create this pocket tuck spot, and inside is a journal card and this little a seed packet, and inside there is a tag. Again, this is Nostalgia kit, and I've used this nostalgia image on top of a vintage book that I've used distressing vintage photo around the edges just to age it a little bit. And again, inside another journal card. This page I've punched out the corners again just to give you a little bit more of a decoration. One of the large tags from the kit, and I have put on some crocheted lace trim and made it into a pocket. So on this tag, it's got a lovely velvet ribbon on, really tactile. It might be bare by the time somebody gets it because I just keep stroking it. It looks quite nice. And in the pocket is one of the small tags that's been stitched around and got a ribbon trim. And here is one of the envelopes from the kit that I've resized and made some tiny envelopes. And again, this has been stitched around the edges. More of the digital paper and backed onto the cream paper again. Here's a paper bag that I've used in the kit, and I've just used one of the journal cards and made it into a pocket, a little tuck spot here, and it's got a tag from my stash in that's got a rose and bow trim on there. And inside is another journal card. This is the same kit, but I've used this on coffee stained paper, so it gets quite a different effect. And again, I've left it blank on the back for journaling. More journaling space, more digital paper. Another corner tuck spot with a large tag in, and I've added this ribbon trim that's really nice leaf, and it's quite a shiny effect, and it's been stitched around, and again it's got a lace topper. The corner pocket, I've put a little bit of a cluster ephemera here, and again using the handmade paper and a little butterfly image from my stash, and again it flips over for some more journaling space. Here is a file folder from Artemaze's Autumn Splendour, it's called, and it gives you two pockets using a file folder like this, so you can tuck behind or you can tuck it in between the tags. So there's a little journal card there and a tag with some lace trim. This has been stitched around the edge, and I've used a die cut fancy edging and just stuck that onto there. Again, journal papers, and I've used the punch again just to decorate the edges. And this is the centre of the first signature, and I've used some of the background papers from the kit and put them on the papers and left this side open, so that you've got plenty of space for note paper or ephemera. And I've left the strings attached, so if you wanted to, you can either cut them off, because not everybody likes them, or you can attach something onto there. This page has an envelope clipped onto it, and again this is from Artemaze's kit, and I've just added some sequins that matched this green in this rose, and a handmade stamp from a butterfly tag that I had. I've distress inked around the edges, and there's some very faint stamping on there as well. And inside it's just got some note paper for journaling. So again, it's not hand stitched, it's stitched around the edges onto this digital paper. Here I've just collaged an image from Nostalgia again on here, and I've added a little flower with a button in the centre of it, just to add something to that page. Again, the paper bags. These paper bags, I'll give you a story. These paper bags I get from the restaurants when we go out to eat here, because your knife and fork isn't laid on the table. It's you served your knife and fork in a bag for hygiene reasons. So I'm always getting people to keep them straight, fold them, put them in my bag, bring them home and repurpose them. So that's where these brown bags have come from. So I've just added a little bit of the digital paper here just to add something to that bag, and inside is a handmade tag. Again, some more journaling space on the back of this. I haven't decorated any of these digital papers because they're just so beautiful, and I wouldn't know where to cover because they're all so nice. I wouldn't want to cover any of it, so I've left them as they are. Again, corner punched on this page, and here again is the book page that I've turned into a pocket, and inside are 2 journal cards, some more of the nostalgia papers, and on top of the flower, the button trim. Please excuse me. So again, stitched around the edge, stenciled and stamped, and just to add a little bit of something to the page, I've put some lace on the base and fussy cut this butterfly and added some bling onto there. This page has attached by paper clip a little journal notepad. Well, it's not a notepad, it's just a journal pad, and I've backed it with the cream card and stitched it around the edges and distress inked around the edges. So I haven't filled the journal because I wouldn't like it if I got my journals and somebody had filled it with all of their ideas. I like to leave it blank because somebody might want to write in it, they might want to stick their own ephemera in, they might want to put photographs in or other things. So I always leave plenty of journaling space within my journals that I'm making. So that's the end of the first signature, and then on to the second signature. So again, journaling space, and here I've made from the background papers, I've made this giant tag, and again I haven't decorated it up because it's just so beautiful on its own. I didn't want to cover any of it. Maybe whoever ends up with the journal will want to do that, but I've left it, and it's blank on the back, so you've got journaling space on there as well. I did make 2 of those giant tags from that one piece of background paper, and again I've left it because it's just so beautiful on its own. It doesn't need, for me, it doesn't need any decorating, but somebody might want to do that. Here again is another book page that I've used as a pocket. I've put on one of the journal cards here and left it open at this end so that you can tuck into it journal cards or whatever it is you want to put in there. And I've just added a little bit of shimmery sequins there. I'd like to say they're from my ball gown, but they're not. There you go. So this pocket, again from this book page, I've decorated it using some of the handmade paper and some more cotton lace. And again inside of there is another of the seed packets that can be filled with things. Another envelope from the kit that I've stamped and distress inked it, and I've made this little tuck spot here on the front using up some of the bits of card that I've got. I never throw anything away now. I've put a little bit of ribbon trim, and there's 2 vintage buttons there on the front of that, and inside again is some note paper. Here is a little pocket made up just using some cardstock from my stash, and I've just decoupaged or collaged rather a butterfly onto here that's been distress inked. On this paper clip, it's got some beads on, just to add a little bit of interest to it. And again, another one of the miniature envelopes from the from Artemisia's kit. And another journal card, again stitched around the edges but left blank for journaling on the back. Another large tag from Artemisia's kit that's been left blank on the back, stitched around the edge and just ribbon trim added to the top of it. This pink paper I've trimmed back just to add a little bit of contrast to the pages, and I've edged it with again some of the cotton crocheted lace. These papers are lovely, they'd look lovely framed, wouldn't they? I might think about doing that for, but anyway, they've got a multitude of uses of the kits. And another journal page that's been stenciled and stamped, and again another of the bags that's just got a little bit of collaged rose on, and inside is a mason jar journal card. Beautiful paper. I love the colour. I love this. I think this is my favourite colour. This bluey, teal, turquoise. I don't know what you call it, but that's my favourite colour. More journaling space, and again, I've punched the edges of these pages. Here we've got a double pocket that I've made up from some of the dyed pink paper, and it's got some tags inside, so there's a pocket at the back and a pocket at the front. I've stamped the front pocket and just put a little bit of a butterfly that I had in my stash that I thought that the colours matched so well, it had to go there. And again, the die cut edging, paper edging. One more journal card that just fits in to the back. And here, this is one of Artemisia's freebies that she's generously given out to us all. And it's a specimen card, and there's different ones in the freebies that she gives out. And you get everything, you get the butterflies, you get the specimen card, you get some tags as well. So I've made that up, and at the top of it attached a little tassel. So that just fits in there, and it goes so well with this theme, so there it went in. Again, I've made a little tuck spot here from this rose image, and another inside, another mason jar journaling card. So again, plenty of journaling space. Another pocket from the book pages, and I've just used some cardstock. This cardstock, I've had it for quite a long time, and I'm really upset because I've finished it all now. But it came from the works in England when I went on holiday last year, I think it was, and maybe the year before now. And it was a 12 by 12 pack, and it cost me the grand total of £3. And I think there was 12 or 15 sheets. So that's really a bargain, isn't it? And some of them were stunning. So it's almost finished now. I've made quite a lot of greetings cards from this butterfly one. I think there was 2 sheets of each in the set. So yeah, sad I'm at the end. I might need to have another trip to England and see if I can find some more. So another inside of there, just tucked in, is a couple of journal cards. I've left the index there. It's got all the names of the plants and things. Quite interesting, really. And here we have another file folder from Artemis, and it's just got a journal card in from the Nostalgia kit from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and that's just tucked into there. I've stitched this around, and it's got this feather butterfly with its cute little antenna, and I just thought that it really blended in quite well with this kit, so it had to go on. This is from my stash. I'm sorry about that, it's cut off again. It's an absolute pain. But anyway, let's carry on. So I'm here at the back page now of the journal. The back cover that's been lined again with the cream cardstock. I've covered the seam where it's attached with this lovely cotton crocheted lace trim. Beautiful, it's absolutely stunning. It feels so soft. And I've used one of the journaling cards here that's been stitched around the edges, and I've glued it down but left the top open so that there's a tuck spot and you can hide things in there or add things into there. So that's the latest journal. I hope you like it. I've really enjoyed working with this kit, and as I've been working with it, I've been thinking of 100 other things that I can make from the images, as well as this journal. It will be going into my Etsy store. I don't know when, within the next few days it should be going into the Etsy store. And if you like it, please just give me a thumbs up. Maybe if you're not already a subscriber to my YouTube channel, maybe you'll consider subscribing, because in the very near future I will be doing a giveaway from something that I'm in the process of making. So it will be open to anybody who's a subscriber on my YouTube channel, and I will be sharing it on my Facebook page as well, Handcrafted by Lorraine. So keep your eye open for that giveaway, and then hopefully somebody will win something exceedingly nice. So thank you for watching, thank you for giving me your time today. Enjoy the rest of your day and be happy. Bye.